No contesting elections for crisis-ridden SLFP. Sajith made to betray his men. Prasanna angry over voter-luring allegation. Politico behind bars out of prison after elections.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
No contesting elections for crisis-ridden SLFP. The crisis in the Sri Lanka Freedom Party aggravated after Minister Wijayadasa Rajapaksa accepted its acting chairmanship in support of Maithripala Sirisena. Since then, even Thilanga Sumatipala, Sajin Vas and Dayasiri Jaya Ekara have been in quite a predicament. At a Politburo meeting on Thursday, the Nimal Siripala faction appointed Duminda Disanayake as the acting General Secretary. The SLFP matter came up at last, Tuesday's meeting between President Ranil Wickremesinghe and Basil Rajapaksa. Also present were Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena, Nimal Siripala, Anura Yapa, Prasanna Ranatunga, Tiran Alice, Kanchana Wijasekara, Harin Fernando, and Mahindananda Aluthgamagai. Basil inquired from Nimal Siripala and Amara Weera about the situation. After listening to their explanation, Basil said the SLPP would take action against Wijayadasa, as well as the 6 MPs who recently signed a pact with the SJB. He said it was up to the president to decide if he should be sacked from the cabinet. But Ranil remained tight-lipped. Now, General Secretary Sagara Karyawasam says the disciplinary board will summon Wijayadasa over his accepting the SLFP chairmanship while being a SLPP member. He also told the Anida newspaper that disciplinary action would be taken against GL Paris, Nalaka Godahewa, Dilan Pereira, Yapa Bandara, Galapati and Kumarasiri as well. The presidential election will come and go, but the SLFP matters will remain in court even after that, so there will not be any candidates at a general election under the SLFP's hand symbol. Both the SJB and Nimal Lanza's faction are already working to lure the would-be SLFP deserters. It had been a strong party with a sizable vote base and an island-wide network. Today, it has become a public humiliation that cannot be trusted. But with determination and proper planning, it will not be difficult for the party to make a comeback. Sajith made to betray his men. A group of religious leaders is going to meet Sajith Premadasa soon and ask him to name the opposition MPs who secured liquor permits for businessmen. They have already taken it up with seniors in the opposition and want exposure of the culprits before the general election takes place. It is said that Anura Kumara Disanayake plans a revelation on this once he returns from his Sweden tour. He departed last night and is due back on Monday. The SJB is under fire over its MPs, who strike business deals with Ranil, Wajira and Sagala. The NPP points out that the SJB and the UMP are the two sides of the same coin. It is the same old political culture, same old MPs, and the same old economic programme. The UMP has been at the forefront of the leftist political camp, with liberal thinking. After breaking away, Sajith changed to something neither leftist, rightist, liberal, socialist, nor anything else. That's why the party led by him is under so much criticism. Prasanna angry over voter-luring allegation. The provision of rice for low-income families got underway in Gampaha last week. Minister Prasanna Ranatunga instructed officials to make sure that everything happens as planned. He also visited the district and spoke to officials. Kokila told him that the JVP was attacking the programme. Upul Mahendra said posters against it have come up in certain areas too. Prasanna told them not to worry about that. The JVP always criticises everything, but does nothing of its own. Even during the period it had ministries, it could not repair the tanks at least, he charged. Sahan joined in by saying that the JVP too distributes goods in secret among its members. Another said, rice distribution is not an election gimmick. We should not forget how people made sacrifices during difficult times. The economy is stabilising now, he noted. Prasanna went on, the JVP itself does not understand the logic of what it says. The government is not bankrupt to get votes by distributing rice, he said, adding that the opposition cannot mislead the people and they will lose badly at the election. In Sri Lanka, leftist politics means opposing everything. That does not change even when speaking about a system change. That's why they cannot obtain votes at elections. But that seems to be changing now. Even the leftists are distributing things. Anyway, people should be given something in return for their sufferings. It will not be a solution, but at least it will give them some breathing space. Politico behind bars out of prison after elections. SLPP offices that were set on fire during Aragalaya are now getting reopened. Mahinda was at the reopening of one such office in the northwest that caught the attention of the media. A day or two before the event, the SLPP chief in the province went to Welikada prison to visit an ex-mayor from the area. A top prison official received him and took him to his office. A jailer was told to bring the prisoner. Sometime later, the jailer returned and said the prisoner refused to see the minister. The prison official himself went and asked, but that ex-mayor type was adamant. "I am in prison for doing what he told me to do. Even if I remain here for life, I will not do any politics with him again," he said. When the official insisted, that one relented and accompanied him to his office. The visiting big shot began thus. "I am reopening our office. I came to tell you about it. Tell your people to be at the opening. Also, tell the job agency chief to provide food and drinks for the visitors. I will take you out after the presidential election," he promised. Anyway, the job agency boss who provided refreshments for the opening was nowhere to be seen on that day. Anyway, it is against the law to deal with things after elections in that manner. That is up to the judiciary to settle. This is why bribery, corruption and crime have become national habits today. Prevention of the same is confined to so-called anti-vice political slogans. Leaving out politics and giving some consideration to changing such habits is imperative. That's it for today.